Hey everyone, welcome. This is another edition of Draw Me Anything. I'm Jason Chatfield. I'm a cartoonist and a comedian in New York City. I have a Substack called New York Cartoons, and if you're not subscribed to it, there's a little button at the top of my head here that you can click to subscribe. Today, I have a very special guest, Samantha Dion Baker, who is an artist and a Substacker and an author and a great one of my favorite Substacks, actually, as far as drawing art. I know between her and Beth Spencer and Claire Powell and there's several artists Adam Ming, who I like to follow and watch their sort of journey, just because I'm often wondering if I'm doing things wrong and what I'm doing right or whatever. And other Substackers like Nishant Jain and previous guests on the show sort of, it's nice to have a community of people like this to talk to, because it's a very solitary gig being an artist, especially if you're in a studio alone all day. It's nice to talk shop and trade information and more stories. So thank you for everyone who's joining in. I can see everyone join. Hey Hugh, good morning from Albuquerque. Halfway through what we're going to do, I'm just going to say this up top. Hey Bucky Jones. Hey Christina. Basically, about 30 minutes in, we're going to flip the cameras and we're going to draw together. Sam and I are going to draw together. We do have a couple of things in mind that we might be drawing, but also, as you know, if you've seen this show before, I take requests on things you might want me to draw. So start thinking about those now. Put them in the chat when I request them later, and yeah, we'll do a live draw. Draw me anything. It's like an AMA, but DMA. So without any further ado, I want to welcome my guest. Please welcome Samantha Dion Baker.
Okay,
Sam.
I'm doing it. Here we go. Hi.
All the way from Brooklyn, across the river. How are you?
Good. Wait, are you in Manhattan? I thought you were in Brooklyn.
No, I'm in Hell's Kitchen. I'm in Hell's Kitchen. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm in Brooklyn a lot, but I live in Hell's Kitchen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. I was right by you the other day in Dumbo. This is embarrassing. I play pickleball every Wednesday in Dumbo at Pier 2. And,
yeah. Oh, really? Why is that embarrassing?
I don't know, because it's a cult. And we've been doing that for a couple of years now, and it's great. And it's one of those things that, because it's pickleball is getting so popular, there's just so many people there now. We have to like stack our paddles to try and get a court. And yeah, it's very fun though. It's the most amazing view of the city. It's incredible.
Do you, I know to play on Pier 2 is, because my kids would play soccer on Pier 5, right? The soccer field. Yeah. And they were so lucky. Like, I just would go there and be like, how lucky are these kids? Just like the view and the boats going by. Are you doing padel also? That's another thing in Dumbo.
No, I noticed that they have one in Williamsburg. I have a padel. It's a totally different sport. I have no idea what the difference is. But they have these clubs now, and it's just I don't know. I feel like it's such a stereotypically like Brooklyn sport. Like, like these, like people join these clubs and they get involved and they get uniforms and memberships, and it's such a funny thing to kind of just watch happen. It's the latest craze.
It is. It is. And I have I was with some high school girlfriends. It makes me sound young, but I'm still close with my like childhood friends. There's 5 of us, and we got together, and they all play pickleball. And I was like, I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna sit back and draw.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna be close to doing it.
Hi, Helen.
Hey,
hi.
Helen.
Come back to New York. There's wait, what was I going to say?
Yeah, the high school friends.
I feel like it's also a mom sport. You're playing like the mom sport. No, I don't know. I don't know. I don't play it. I don't. But anyway,
it's good for people, I guess, with my hips and knees, because I can't play tennis.
It's good exercise, and it's fun, and it's social.
It's very social. That's the main bit. It's very social. I get to get out of the studio. I don't know if you're like this because your studio is in Dumbo. You've had that studio for a little while now, but you used to. I mean, we were talking. We were at a Substack event, I think last week or the week before. We were talking about the fact that having like a studio, a place to go to work instead of working out of your home, like it's such a
Yeah.
different thing to have a place to go to do a thing.
Yeah.
But it's such a great studio. You have such great light, and it's such a cool place. How long have you been there for?
Thank you. Almost 7 years. Well, no, no, it can't be. It's been about maybe 5 or 6 years.
So just before the pandemic?
Yes, it was about a year or so before the pandemic. And then I was so happy I had it because it's only me here, so I could come.
Mm.
And then, I have the stories about how I was like afraid to use the bathroom and just, we were all so scared. But I did have a place to go, and our apartment is really small. So that meant all four of us had a spot. Because the way
Yeah.
we divided up our apartment. And if I was home, I was just working on the bed. So
Really?
so having this space was like so saved me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah.
You have one of the things that I love about your Substack is because you have quite an interesting journey. Like you've kind of come from a different background. You weren't always working as an artist like this. You had kind of a pivot.
Oh,
Um,
major,
do you,
yeah.
yeah, do you want to talk about that a little bit? Because that always really fascinated me about your journey.
Yeah, I was a graphic designer working in the art world mainly, and I did a lot of invitations. I had a business doing it was called Celandine, which was the in the meaning of flowers. It's a flower, and the meaning of Celandine is joys to come. So we worked on all different kinds of events, but because both of us, my business partner and I, came from working in the art world, a lot of the events were museum events and gallery events back when people would get invitations in
Mm,
the mail. So a lot of print, a lot of type like clean typography, like
mm,
so different. And I just kind of got loose in a sketchbook, just doodling, literally, when my kids were young, just to remember things and to get myself away from the screens and to be able to take it like with me.
mm,
So when they were little, I would just like draw different little things when I had a moment. And then it just became something. And then I self-published a few collections of the pages because my background was design. I couldn't even really draw that well. Well, I could because I always drew, but I not nearly. I mean, it's been practice and practice all these years, but before I was drawing things so well or comfortable drawing things, I was just doodling like letters and arranging things. It was like it was very designy.
mm.
So the pages were well received, and I did like some self-published collections. I could pull them out. And then it led to a book deal, Draw Your Day. And
Yeah,
at that point I had like over 1,000 daily pages to choose from and just like write my story. So
that's
it
pretty
was,
cool.
yeah. And
That was a
then I don't know, the
big
rest is
deal.
history. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's really wild. I mean, it just shows that like if you are passionate about something and you put in the time, like you never know what's going to happen. It's been
Yeah.
a very good lesson for my kids.
Yeah, putting in the time is such a huge part of it. Is that you can have an inclination or a dream or a goal, but unless you actually put the time into it to make it happen, it's just this idea that's just in the back of your head, and it's so hard to find the time. But if you really care enough, like I remember Austin Kleon saying, like the arithmetic of it really is just even if you carve out an hour a day, like in the morning, before everyone's awake or whatever it is, and protect that time as if it's an appointment with yourself in your calendar, you
Yeah.
can build a cadence and enough time to sort of build that up to be something substantial, such that you can pivot away from, towards that thing, run towards something instead of away from
Yeah.
something. I really highly sort of anyone who asks me questions about that when they're like, well, I want to pivot away from full-time work, I don't have any time to write, I don't have any time to draw, you're like, well, if you really, really wanted it, If you
Yeah.
really wanted it,
You have to.
you'd figure out a way to, it's, and that's not to say that it's not really difficult with kids and obligations and all kinds of things, but you can carve out a little time.
Yeah. Yeah.
Helen says, Sam, you've always been an inspiration to me. This carving out of time, amazing.
Oh, thank you,
Thanks, Helen.
Helen. Yeah.
Yeah.
I I when I think I've mentioned this a few times, but when Draw Your Date came out, one of the categories it was classified in, I guess according to my editor and publisher, they chose, the little categories on like Amazon or whatever, and it was in the art therapy section, and I was like, oh yeah, that makes sense. But I didn't really think about it when I was writing it or
Yeah.
even as I was doing it so much. And the book is sort of about that. I mean, it's about making the time and um, holding on to time and memories, but then also being in the moment. It's like past, present, future, because then you can look at it and it's like, it's all of it. Then, but most of all, it's being present and in the moment, which is where we should all live. And so, anyway, I was like, that makes sense. So, since then I own that more, and it's definitely therapy. It's like exercise or, you know, doing anything kind of self-care. So that's how I definitely see it. And I didn't even know that it would lead to something. I
Right.
remember
It wasn't a means to an end or anything. It was just you're
no,
doing it to
it's
do it.
really truly like art for art's sake kind of thing. And then it became about sharing it on Instagram and all of that, which is a whole other story, but whatever.
Totally.
I mean, it paid off. So,
Yeah. Well,
um,
I mean, it's great. It's congratulations because it is great work. And I remember seeing the book. And I also sort of thought it felt like drawing as therapy. It felt like, yeah, this is using art as a means to organize thought, to capture time, moments of time, to be more present, to kind of elicit a more mindful approach to just like, being in a place and a time. And it changes the way you remember things, I think, as well. Your memory of things is more granular. You have more detail because you're noticing more things. And I remember, I mean, yeah, some of the best memories I have are from sketching because I was paying so much attention. My attention was so deeply like embedded in that moment. And so your memory forms a lot more vividly, I think, when you do
exactly.
that.
Exactly. And that's why I stress so much. And even though my books share my work, because there's no other way for me to get my ideas across,
Yeah.
that's why I stress that it doesn't matter how you do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't
Yeah,
matter
that's
how
true.
you draw or what you're drawing or if you're in a moment and you're just, you know, studying the colors and making, blobs of color based on what you see, it's like, it's still gonna, and you write a little bit about it because I do believe, for me anyway, not all pictures that I draw need an explanation
Hmm.
or a caption. But if I'm looking back, I've learned sometimes I'll look back and be like, what was happening? Why did I draw that? Because my memory isn't great. And that's another reason why I wanted to keep these journals for my kids to like kind of keep
Yeah.
track of our time. Um, so it's an interesting, because then the compounded benefits, right? Like you look back on 5 years ago and you're like, I was here before. What restaurant did we go to? It's practical, right?
Sure. Yeah.
So like I'm like, oh my gosh, I was in this place before. I don't even remember or whatever. And then I can tell people where I went. I look back at my sketchbooks all the time and I'm like,
Mm.
you know, telling but then I'm like, wow, I really like where I was then, or I really love the way I did
Yeah.
that, or oof, ow, that's just not
The
good.
feeling is embedded in the sketch. Yeah, like Susie mentioned in the chat here, she said sketches are such a different way of remembering because they're more inclusive of where you were, but how you felt as well. Like you capture a feeling, not just a photo of the thing. You capture because
Yeah,
you pull out of things. You're constantly making decisions about what not to include, right? And so
yes,
and what to include. So you sort of it is a process of elimination and editorial, almost sort of like an editorialized version of the moment based on whatever you kept in or what you noticed. And you might notice something that someone else doesn't even see, you know.
Exactly. Yeah.
And that embeds the feeling and the memory in there. Christina in the chat was saying that when she was fighting lymphoma, she said she struggled with words, and art therapy helped her very much, and it still does. That's such a
That's
strong
beautiful. Yeah.
language, you know.
Yeah. I also
Yeah.
find it's interesting that when you're drawing in a moment, it's kind of like, I'll say, I think it's a good comparison. Like if I'm going to yoga class or something and I'm feeling really good, but I'm like stand on one foot and I can't keep my balance or something. And I'm like, this was like, I'm way off, right? Something's just off. And sometimes our drawings come out that way, you know, like, you're like, what is happening
Oh my
today?
God.
You know? And like,
I'm so glad you said that. I have that
like,
all the
what is
time.
that? Yeah. And, you know, it's like, it's wild how some days you can be on and some days you can be off, you know, and that's part of the journey too, is, you know, just like embracing wherever you're at in the moment.
Yeah.
Not only like what you want to remember, but also, you know, just going with how you feel and like, and just, you know, it doesn't matter how it comes out sometimes, you know, we're all the feelings of being like hard on ourselves. And I was when you and Beth were talking about the perfect sketchbooks,
Oh my gosh.
I
Yeah.
was like, you know, I mean, you know, in a way, people will be like, do you ever not make a page that you like, or do you ever make a page that you tear out? And, you know, I don't, but I'm not happy with 90%.
Right. Yeah. You're not going to tear it out. You're not curating a perfect book. Like it's the good, the bad, whatever it is. And you like, I know Beth and I were anyone who missed it. There's a if you go back and watch last week's, it's Beth Spencer and I were talking about the fact that there's this sketchbook problem. I think they call it like the masterpiece sketchbook. I think Kyle T. Webster calls it, and sketchbook masterpiece. And it's like this habit of just posting like really amazing finished art in your sketchbook as if like it was some, oh, I just dashed this off as my warm-up sketch. But like only having amazing sketches in your sketchbook. Your sketchbook should be full of absolute, pardon the French, dog shit. It should be full of just so much crap that's falling out of your head and your pen, and you're just like, oh, I'm so glad nobody's going to see this. I'm going to set fire to this notebook. And it feels like if you treat it like that and give yourself permission, like I said, give yourself permission if you're feeling like crap to feel like crap. Don't escape the feeling, embed yourself in it, and then let it pour out of you. You don't have to show anyone. It's yours. You know, you don't think in like, oh, in posterity, like, oh, someone's gonna read this someday when I'm dead. Like that's not necessarily necessarily true. So, yeah, I feel like people have to be less precious about their sketches in particular. Like just you learn by exploration, by iteration, by drawing things. Sometimes I draw some like 10, 11, 12 times to try and like get it to a place that it's never exactly how I pictured it in my head, but to get it to pretty close, a simulacrum of what I thought.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel pretty strongly about that because I get so annoyed when I see just like these Instagram sketchbooks that are just like perfectly painted, you know, watercolors, and I'm like, all right, come on, let's be real.
I know. I mean, you know, I wonder like if does it come across that I'm in that category when I really
No.
in my heart like really don't want it. I mean, I can flip through my sketchbook right now, and you know, it's all just part of the process to like,
Yeah,
you know, and I just I make my sketchbooks, the pages don't get torn, like it's I mean, you know, when I pull out the old ones, I love seeing the drawings that I either hated and now I like, or vice
yeah,
versa. I liked and I'm like, whoa, why did I like, you know,
yeah,
there's so much to you know, the process of practice and getting better and learning. So why would you, yeah, why it should never be perfect. It doesn't need to be perfect.
yeah,
So
yeah. It's what is it? Instead of practice makes perfect, it's practice makes progress.
yes, exactly.
Uh, Yeah, and so there's another piece to this. There's another element to this that I wanted to talk to you about before we start drawing. And it pertains to your upcoming book that's coming out in 2 weeks, which is when you move through the world, you travel, you meet people, you see things. There's this sort of I've always been a big fan of reportage. Like that's one of my favorite things to see is like when, and they don't do it so much anymore, but when a magazine would send someone out to a place or an event or something, and they would have them sketch the event or draw a scene from like in situ, like actually being there. They would fly someone to somewhere for the tennis or whatever, and they, to a degree, some people still do it. You see some people at like the open, with a sketchbook and watercolors and stuff. But it's like that is a really specific skill set. But you don't have to be a master crafts person to be able to do that stuff. It's really more about your own personal, interaction with it. And all of my travels, like to Europe and Asia and all of that, have all been, I've always sketched, like I've always drawn while I'm traveling, and also just like making notes about where it was and maybe something I overheard someone say or something I ate on the menu or, you know, um, something someone was wearing or doing. And it really, as you say, when you look back on it, it feels like more of a solid, like a feeling, like an emotion than just a memory where it's like a photo of something. But I'm excited because I pre-ordered your book, and we're going to put the link for pre-order for everyone here down in the chat. And it's one of those really great, like I'm really, really excited about it. One of those sort of great books that I'm like, I have to read this right now because it's, books just arrive in the world at the right time that you need them.
Yeah.
This is what your book is right now.
Oh, good. I'm hoping that it is for a lot of people because it's that time where a lot of people are going away and doing things.
Exactly.
So there's two main things that I always talk about, which is what you want to draw and what will bring you back, right? So it's the two things. So because sometimes you think, oh wow, if I could only draw that, that would be like the perfect way, but I don't want to draw that, that happens to me a lot. I'm like, it's not, I don't want it too hard.
You get to the Sistine Chapel, you're like, ugh.
Yeah, no, so it's the quiet moments, it's the little things that tell our stories that will bring us back. And the introduction talks about a trip that I took going across Brooklyn from downtown Brooklyn to Bed-Stuy to see my son, my older son. And I took a bus. And
I love a bus.
I never take the bus. But it was the best way to get there.
Yeah.
And, on Google Maps or whatever. So I had I've gone to Trader Joe's and I had 2 bags of groceries and I was going to see my boy in his new apartment. And I got on a bus and it was just me and this other woman across from me. And she was just on her phone, just sitting across, kind of as I watched the Brooklyn kind of pass by. And so I drew her. And then I got off the bus, and right a half a block away from his apartment was a mural that said, "Call your mom."
Oh, I've seen that mural. I've seen that one. Yeah.
And I feel like it's a series. Whoever is the artist might have put it a few places.
Oh, okay, right.
And so yeah, where is it? I drew the "Call your mom" because Ian, my son, was going to pass by that every day.
I love that. That's great.
So
yeah.
So, and then here was the woman on the bus.
Oh, nice. Look at that. Wow.
Yeah. But the story that these two drawings tell me.
Yeah.
It wasn't him or his apartment building or his door or the laundry we folded, or it was these outside things that tell me the story, bring me back. And so it's a combination of, like I said, what you want to draw, but what will also bring, kind of
bring you back.
Because it's a diary. I mean, my practice is a diary. So, yeah, sometimes it's completely unrelated, but it will still, if you know, if you're present and you're taking it in, like you said, like noticing something on the wall that nobody else would notice, you're still going to remember the Sistine Chapel and the trip there if you like draw something totally random or a little detail, rather than, you know, try and conquer the whole thing, which I would never want to do. So yeah, I don't know. It's it's choosing the choices of what to draw when you're on an adventure. In Draw Your Day, I talk about how my son didn't eat anything when we were in Paris, and he would only eat chocolate croissants.
Who can
And
blame him?
so I drew a chocolate croissant. You know, I didn't draw the Eiffel Tower. like
Yeah, right.
like that's more of my story. So anyway, I don't know. I don't know if if I'm really clearly responding to your
No, that's exactly
but
what,
you know,
because
there's a lot
it's the
of
book.
yeah, the book. That's what the book is about. And like there's lots and lots of prompts and ideas and things to make you think about rather than like a how to, because I can't tell you how to.
That's what I love about it. Yeah, and the same with your Substack. Like, it's not prescriptive. It's not, and you're not. You were saying you're wondering if your sketchbooks felt performative. They're not. They're very real and honest and authentic. Like you share it regardless of how, what level of love you have for the page that day. But it's also, as far as the way that it's not even instructional. It's more like prompts to kind of get you in a space to think in a certain way or to draw or create in a certain way, rather than just like forcing people to do a specific thing a specific way with specific tools.
Yeah. And so,
It's
you know,
really helpful.
sometimes it's not great because people really want to know, how to do it. And they want
There
to
are other
walk
books for
away
that.
with like a beautiful thing. I'm like, well, you know, I'm going to make you work a little harder. How do you want to do this? You know, so it's a little bit, I've just always taught that way. You know I come from a fine art school. I went to school here in the city at like, nope, there was no like step by step. You know, we didn't learn how to make art in a step by step fashion. You know, we had to do it. Like we had to figure out our way. And yes, we would take a oil painting class and learn technique. Yes. That's why Draw Your World it has technical lessons. Like there are things that you can see in space and try and figure out to get proper proportions or whatever. But if you want to draw like Jason, you got to learn that stuff and then know how to, you have to figure out your way of like distorting it all,
Right.
finding your
I mean,
style.
yeah.
So,
What school was it? SVA or something, or in the city?
Cooper Union.
Cooper Union, right? Yeah. You did tell me that. So the interesting thing, I never went to art school, but the interesting thing that I've noticed from people who do go to art school is it depends where they went to the level of instructional, sort of whether they use a term like, "Oh, I'm doing this wrong." Like they'll say, "I'm using this wrong," or "I'm doing this wrong," and I'm like, are you though? Like, is okay according to whatever teacher told you to hold a pencil this way or whatever. Like, wrong is pretty subjective in my view.
Totally.
Um,
Yes. Yes.
and we had a
Yeah.
question, Susie, just apropos of your book, because I've certainly had to deal with this, and it is living with an artist and traveling with an artist is like a very specific thing. She was saying, do you ever have trouble traveling with others who don't draw and want to just move on,
I
rather
talk
than
a lot
waiting for the
about that
sketch?
in the book.
Great, that's good.
That is in the book, and
Excellent.
how to make it work, how to make time, how to talk to the people you're with, how to, you know, figure it out.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
a lot of it is it's dictated, how the time that I spend has dictated my style and my process, because um, I was constantly interrupted. I mean, that's just how I work. Nope, sorry, got to stop now. Like somebody's fallen off the slide or something. Like when I was in the playground to like now when my kids are just like, come on, mom, we're going, or whatever. Or to me, being with friends who I didn't want to play pickleball, like this past weekend, like I'm constantly being interrupted. So my process, I've learned to like, I have backup photos if I need reference. I go from memory. I I work in stages, and it's, I don't do really, really quick sketches. I need to try and do that a little more. I've been saying that for a long time, but I think because I was really teaching myself how to draw, the process has become like really important to me to start. But that's the way
No, I mean,
I
I
do
think
it. So
that's really important. You and I were doing some life drawing this weekend with Gail, and there's like 5 minute sketches, 10 minute sketches, 20 minute, poses. That's something I didn't really do that. I didn't go to art school, didn't study that. So to me, like embedding yourself in that process and like really like trying to figure out what your thing is for that. Like, because I know that you sometimes like you'll draw the other people in life drawing class instead of
yes,
just whatever
yes,
the model's doing, which
yeah,
that's what
or the
my brain does
hands
as
or the
well.
feet. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Just like you
yeah,
pull out a hand or a toe or a face or whatever it is.
yeah,
And to me, that's the fun. I mean, I find there's a lot of fun in that.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I don't have time to draw. Or, that's the interesting thing though. I do draw pretty fast
mm,
because I do a lot of continuous line, like everything. I just keep moving my pencil. But
mm,
I've gotten very attached to the pencil because it's like,
yeah,
it's my first beginning part, and if I don't have time to finish, I'm actually realizing that right now, that my love of the pencil was dictated to from, or like shaped from, the amount of time I had and being
yeah,
interrupted. So
yeah. That's interesting.
anyway, I've always loved a pencil.
Yeah.
I wrote a Substack post about that.
I do
Um,
remember that. Yeah. I wrote something called "In Praise of the Humble Pencil" on
oh,
my
you did?
Substack a little while ago because I have a similar kind of affinity for like my
I need to
big
find
Blackwing
that.
fan, but and I'm doing actually on the 15th when your book comes out. That day, Tuesday the 15th, I'm doing a Substack live with Amy Kurzweil, the New Yorker cartoonist, and we're doing a very, very exciting launch with Blackwing pencils. I can't say much more. That's all I can say. But it's a huge thing with Blackwing. It's going to be
That's
really,
so
really cool.
great. I've
Yeah,
worked
because
with
I'm
them
obsessed with
forever.
them.
I've
Yeah,
worked with them forever. Yeah. Do you know that the poster of all the illustrated pencils
yeah.
volumes, I did that. I don't know
That's
if
so cool.
yeah. I've
Yeah.
worked with them forever.
They're
Yeah.
awesome. Yeah,
I'm a Blackwing maker.
yeah, yeah. Nice. I only really came late to the game, but Amy Kurzweil drew her entire graphic novel with black wings, and you can see like she's just got all these tiny little black wings that are like down to nubs, and she wears one as a necklace
Oh
with
yeah.
earrings as well.
I mean, they're everywhere. I've got them. I've
Yep,
got like millions of, and then little ones, little ones.
nice.
I think I have even a littler one. Oh,
That's great.
look at this one.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah,
barely a pencil at this point.
I've got so many of them.
I
I
love
mean,
that.
and I have so many Blackwing pencils now that I say, I can't buy anymore. I can't buy anymore. I can't. Don't
You
give me
say
any
that,
more.
but
Don't.
then they
And then
come
I
out with
want,
a
and
new
then
one.
they release another one, and I'm like,
Exactly. They do great
I
pads as well. I draw like sketch pads as well.
yeah.
I
This was here. Wait, I have right here. This was
nice.
when they released the Buzz Aldrin pencil. I did a little
Yeah,
thing
right. I remember
when.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, The Matt Lassen just joined the stream, and Matt is a teacher at the New York High School of Art and Design. He
Oh, I know
has
that.
the
Oh,
most. Do you know Matt?
no, but I have like two friends whose kids just graduated.
Oh, cool. I wish I had that when I was growing up because I didn't have any of that stuff. And I go there to be like a guest teacher or whatever for the day, sometimes for their different classes. And I saw the syllabus or the do you call it the syllabus or the 3 year, thing. I'm using the wrong word. It's not a syllabus. But it's for cartooning and it's amazing. I wish I had this growing up because it's like it's practical knowledge, practical tools. It's not going straight into digital. It's using dip pens and ink. It's using pencils. It's understanding, the elements and principles of design and art and illustration, and then developing a voice, developing your own sort of prism, your own what you were talking about before, like drawing things in the way that you want to see them. And I see their graduation, their projects that they have on the walls for these. And these kids are like, it's absurd how talented they are. They're like 17, 16, and they're drawing better than I drew in my 30s. I'm like, this
Yeah.
is insane.
Oh,
And it's
yeah.
so cool to see, it's encouraging to see, I guess.
Definitely. I think that school's great. I know a bunch of kids and a lot of Theo who you met, a lot of his friends were there.
Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Yeah, your son.
Yeah.
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 I want to geek out with you about tools and I want to draw with you. So I'm going to flip
I
my
know.
camera.
Okay. I'm going to
Um,
flip. Shall we flip around?
let's flip. Yeah.
Okay.
I wanted to share with you. Actually, I just found this yesterday, and I should give credit where credit's due. It is Anthony and Lauren Ledon. I was at a comedy show and my friend Anthony just pulled this thing out. It looks ridiculous. And I was like, what the hell is that? He's like, it's a pen. It is called the Wren, WREN. This is not an ad. I'm not sponsored or anything. It's just, I love it. And it's like a fountain pen. Technically, you have to fill the barrel with ink. And it's like almost like a felt tip fountain pen, I want to say. And it's so well weighted. It's so nice and it's very portable, doesn't leak. And
cool.
yeah, it's like, I want to say it's like not carbon fiber or maybe.
Who makes it? Is it like Tom's something?
Yeah, it is. It is Tom. Yeah. So the Wren by Tom's, what's it called again? Tom's Tom's Studio.
Yeah, Tom's Studio.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've
It's
never
great.
bought anything of theirs, but
Me neither. This is the first thing, and I love it. It's so good. I've been scribbling with it for days. You said you had a dog sketch that you were working on for a friend, and I wanted to kind of, I forget. I should really be.
it's there. I've got it open. Yes.
I've been drawing dogs nonstop all weekend at the American Library Association event in Philly. So this is my book. You're not a real dog owner until you go realdogowner.com to buy it. But yeah, that sketch is amazing. Is that a Yorkie?
It's a little Yorkie. Wait, is it?
Beautiful.
Oh yeah.
It's like a teacup Yorkie or something?
No, it's not a Yorkie. Wait, what is it? What is her
Or a
dog?
terrier?
It's a little like an old school like Toto.
Oh, I see. Yeah, yeah.
Wizard of Oz. What is that dog called? I can't.
Yeah, I don't even. What is that dog? I know it's that. I can't remember what breed it is, but yeah, I know exactly.
But this one is my friend they had one the cutest little dog named Truman for I think 15. He was 15 and he passed.
Oh, wow.
They had to say goodbye to him, and then they got this guy named Wayne. Wayne is so cute and 9 months and just wild. And
right.
I was drawing Wayne, and Wayne has he has like a tuxedo on. He has like this black. His little paws are lighter brown, and his face is light brown. But then his he's adorable. Anyway, I still have to paint it. I wonder if I should do that. Should I just?
Yeah, absolutely. And if anyone has any requests in the chat, I definitely I've put the link to your pre-sale for your book. Anyone who wants to get that's in the chat, and so is the link to the dog book if you want one. But anyone who wants anything specifically for me to draw, I like the theme of dogs. I love
draw
drawing
some
dogs.
dogs. Yeah,
we should probably draw some dogs together.
Yeah, I could draw Wayne again because these are already done. But I'm gonna paint. I'll paint
unless you want to paint it.
Yeah, I did want to paint it. So I could do that, and then we can see how much time we have.
Yeah, we've got about 30 minutes. Yeah.
Okay. I'll paint it quickly, and then I'll maybe draw them again.
So Susie just looked it up. She said Toto was a Cairn Terrier, Cairn Terrier.
Okay. Well,
so there we go. Thanks, Susie.
Yeah, I think that's what Wayne is.
Right.
So cute.
Draw with a black wing here. It's kind of. This is my. By the way, this is to the right of my drawing board. I have just a ton of pencils. It's just all these different kinds of pencils. I have a lot of blue, non-photo blue pencils. for very, very, very loose outlines. And then I've got the black wings, and I've got a whole collection of different kinds of pencils and mechanical pencils. I don't know what it is about mechanical pencils. I prefer
don't
not
love
to
them.
use them.
Same.
Yeah,
I'm
I
old
don't know. I mean,
school.
they're very convenient, but I don't know. I prefer something about a traditional pencil that I just really like.
Yeah,
Um,
same.
so I'm gonna draw like a cartoon version of Toto, I think, based on
Oh,
your
wait.
drawing there.
Okay. I can't wait to see. And my friend will be ecstatic to see what Wayne inspires.
Right.
Yeah.
Wayne's such a funny name for a dog.
I know.
Wayne.
I don't know how they chose Wayne, but
It was so interesting on the weekend in Philly. My co-author and I were doing we're doing a signing for like 3 hours. We had this long line of people, and each person brought up a photo of their dog on their phone, and I would draw their dog into the book. And these are all librarians as well, so very passionate about books and very passionate people in general. And everyone had a story, like a story about their dog's character, and they were talking about
aw.
them, these funny little incidents and moments and character traits that they all have. And yeah, it was really fun. It was so much fun.
Does you said you were in Philly. That's where I'm from.
Yeah, I know. I was going to ask you about that because you haven't always been in New York. It was at the convention center, the American
Oh.
Librarian Association. I had no idea how big this event was. It's massive.
And what is the
It's
event? Was it like
it's
a
every
Comic-Con
like
kind of thing? No.
exactly. It's like Comic
Oh.
Con but for librarians.
Oh.
Every
Oh,
publisher
very
goes
cool.
there. It's huge. Yeah, I really liked it. It was like what Comic Con used to be before it became like about TV shows and video games and streaming and movies. It's sort of more of a about the authors and about the creators and meeting the publishers, and if your book gets in the hands of a librarian, they will proselytize for you. They'll actually be able to recommend it and obviously
Yeah.
hopefully have it in their library. And yeah,
Yeah.
it's such a cool thing.
Um,
But yeah,
I
you came up in Philly.
I grew up in Philly. And
Whereabouts?
well, mostly Rittenhouse Square area, like
Nice.
right
Beautiful.
downtown. I went to
Yeah.
Friends Select, which is on the Parkway. Um, but then my parents moved to the suburbs, so they're in the suburbs. But my husband and I are both from Philly, so
Oh, cool. Nice.
his parents are well, they now are in Society Hill area, but
Oh, okay.
they were in um what was the neighborhood? I don't know. They weren't always there. They were on.
Rittenhouse is so nice. That that French restaurant there, Parc.
Oh yeah, yeah,
That's
yeah.
a lovely, lovely spot, very Parisian sort of style.
Mm-hmm.
Next to the park there, and then I ended up going to we had a dinner with the publisher, with our editor, sorry, and it was at the Rittenhouse Grill, which
Oh
is I think part of a hotel. But it was really nice. I mean, I like visiting Philly. I don't know if I could live in Philly. I feel like New
yeah,
York is just too much a part of me now.
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, I feel the same, and it's my hometown. But
Yeah,
yeah, I do like visiting. I don't visit enough.
yeah.
It's my parents are make me feel bad about that. Well, they don't make me feel bad. They don't make me feel bad, but I just feel bad. We don't go
Right,
enough.
right.
And some friends make me feel bad. My old
When
friends.
did you move to New York then? You've been here for a long time.
So yeah, I came for school for
Right.
Cooper Union. And then I lived in Toronto for about 4 years and then came back. And that's just because my now husband, he was finishing school at University of Toronto. So,
Right.
and I got a great first job there, and
Right.
it was great. I loved Toronto.
Right.
And it all was very kismet-y, like meant to
Mm.
be, because one of my closest friends at Cooper Union is from Toronto. So I
Okay.
had and she, so I had a friend there, and a life of my own, and also even some distant relatives. Anyway, Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
I'm watching you paint, by the way. I'm just like, I'm noticing what you're doing, the way you're like charging and doing the different
yeah.
kinds of painting. Do you want to talk to that a little bit? Because I have no idea what I'm doing with watercolor, so I'm watching you and like learning a lot.
I mean, I'm really just like blobbing some colors on, but it's actually Inktense paint. I like this
Oh, okay.
paint because it is you can layer it
Right,
and
right,
I can be a little more messy with it.
right.
It's more forgiving than watercolor. So it's become my thing. A lot of I can't tell you how many sets of these paints I've helped sell for Derwent, but I do love them. I always describe them as like a cross between acrylic wash because they dry flat,
Right.
and watercolor because they,
Right.
you can also be you can get them more opaque, but you can also do really light washes.
Oh,
So
okay.
yeah,
I like that.
they're really nice. Yeah,
Hmm.
I recommend.
I, I only just got this travel kit. It's a Winsor Newton little travel kit of watercolors.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I barely used it. I've just
You
got it.
haven't even unwrapped the paints yet.
No, I just got it. And I love the little
Oh,
brush, this tiny little
I know.
it comes with it
It's
comes with a
like
little
you just want it because it's like candy. It's like so cute.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I mean I have other kits, but this one seems so, and you can interchange, you can change up the colors in there.
Yeah.
I have the bigger one, the I've had this one for years, this one here, which is just so beat up and
Oh
messy and
wow. So you don't paint that much though. It's usually just ink.
well, I don't share what I paint much.
Oh,
I didn't learn. In fact, a friend of mine is going to teach me how to properly, I say properly, how to not screw up working in watercolor because it's such a temperamental
yeah.
medium. Like and timing matters so much, and layering and the kind of approach that you take to it is so distinct from any other kind of painting.
Yes. Yes. I mean, I usually start with darkest. I was talking about this with a
Okay.
friend recently. I usually start going in where the darkest tones are with the Derwent paints, whereas with um, watercolor, I think that I don't know, maybe it's the same. See, I don't know the right technique, but I think that these paints kind of, because they dry flat and you can layer them,
Mm,
I've kind of, in a way, any progress I made with watercolor was, you know, sort of like a few steps back now because these
right.
paints have such a different um like I just work with them in a different way.
Right.
Um
Right.
but I don't know. They're I don't use anything probably the way it's supposed to be used.
You know what? Neither do I, and I'm thankful because I think honestly, like one of the big things that I had to kind of get over was like when I was started using different tools and started doing stuff for the New Yorker. It was like I was asking everyone, "How are you meant to do it? Like, what are you using? How are you doing it?" But the response that always came back, "I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just making it up. I'm just doing the thing that works for me," and like.
Exactly.
And there's like Barry
Exactly.
Blair and John Cuneo and these like and artists and cartoonists who have the ability to just like find their own form and find their own like process and just
Yeah.
lean into that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how I mean, I always get really worried when people see me as an authority on these things because I'm like, I mean, you probably know
Yeah,
better
same.
than me. I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm just not, um, I think I'm just too impatient, I don't know. I'm not scholarly with the process and tools. And,
I think
and
that's a
I,
good thing.
I think that it might have had to do with going to the school I went to.
Okay.
Um, yeah, it might, I don't know. Yeah. Anyway,
Um,
I don't know.
Yeah, I always wonder about that. Depending on, which school you went to is determines like your pedigree of like, your style, whatever that
Yeah.
comes out as.
I mean, I don't know if it's still the same. My older son goes to SCAD and
Oh, cool. Nice. In
um
Georgia.
yeah.
That's great.
And yeah, he was assigned in one of his first classes, Austin Kleon's
Hmm.
um
Steal like an artist.
Feel Like an Artist, yeah.
Yeah, that's great.
And
It's a great book.
yeah. And so, there definitely are uh, you know, Cooper Union did not really prepare for the world as well as, what he's
Ah,
getting is like so practical.
right,
Um
right. That's
it's
great.
it's great. Yeah, he's
I've heard
getting I
very good
mean,
things about SCAD.
yeah, he's studying film there and he
Oh,
had to
cool.
take a public speaking class was one of his first requirements. I mean, if I had had that,
Mm,
that would,
yeah,
because it was called Speaking of Ideas. You have to talk about your ideas,
yeah.
and then he had to do a writing about idea, so a writing class.
Right, right.
And what else? Like they have a business requirement.
Oh,
It's just so real
that's
world,
great. It's so
It's great.
practical.
Yeah.
That's
All right.
great.
I
Wow.
think that my Wayne uh
That's great. I love it.
tribute is
Your
finished.
your friend is going to be thrilled with that. I mean, mine is nothing even close. But hey, this is my little Wayne.
Oh
Little Wayne? No,
my
probably not.
gosh. He's gonna love it. Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's such a fun thing to see. Like today, I got an email back from someone um who I did a sketch of their dog in the book for. And because I mail, like I have
Oh,
author copies here that I can draw your dog into the book and mail it to you. And the
yeah.
emails that come back from the owners are just like the most ecstatic.
Oh my
It's like the
gosh.
best emails in the world to get. It's so fun.
Oh, I forgot his little pink tongue. I just had to do his pink.
Oh yeah, you got to add that in. You got to
Yeah.
paint that in, fill that in. So I wanted to mention that you are having a book launch on the 15th, right? At between
Yeah,
6 and 8 in Dumbo.
in Dumbo, yes. And if anyone wants to come, it's gonna be fun. 2 hours,
Yeah,
6 to 8.
right. You get, but
Um,
definitely RSVP. Don't just show up. Like there's an RSVP link
there's
on
an
Sam's
RSVP
Substack.
link. Yeah, I really wanted people to RSVP, but I don't think everybody is. Or yeah, I
But
don't
it's
think
helpful.
people
It's helpful
totally
if they
get that.
do.
It really is helpful. Yeah,
Yeah, just so
June,
that you know how many people are going to.
July
Very good.
1st. This is also an ode to Austin because I think I learned about this stamp tool, specific one from
Hmm.
him.
Oh,
It was his, I think. I mean,
he has taught me a lot parasocially. I feel like I've known him for years without actually having met him until this year.
oh, really?
That's so cool. Yeah. Oh, I love that. I have one of those myself. So it's so funny. I have that same stamp
Yeah.
thing for dates and things like that. And I started using it on my I have to put the arrow at the top here so I know which, because I always get it wrong. It's like an upside down dates. Um when I was traveling in Paris last year, I filled two sketchbooks and I for the first time used this to do the dates because it's really handy. You can just pick it up on, I don't
Oh,
want to say
yeah.
Amazon.
And does that one have ink in it? Because what I want to do is get a different one that doesn't have ink in it because it does get on my finger seat. Like somehow
Okay.
every time I use it, somehow it gets, I mean, I don't mind that, but,
Yeah.
and then somebody sent me a postcard and
Hmm.
it was a red stamp and I love that. So I want to be
You
able to,
can,
can you use different colors? Like,
you know
and
what? You technically can. But yeah, I mean, these ones do have the ink preloaded. I think what it is you have to there's a trick to it. I did see it online. I think I think it's a YouTube channel called Goulet Pens. I think it was them that had a video on how to change the ink in in a stamp, one of these stamp things. I can't remember how they did it too. There was also a workaround where you would change the date to the day before you wanted it, and then dip it in like an ink pad, like one of the sort of like a stamp pad that you would have like this, and then you would like stamp it on that, and then it would click over to the next day, and then you stamp it in the color. It was a workaround, but it's not the best way to do it. It's just
Yeah.
Someone requested, by the way, a mix of a poodle and a schnauzer, so I quickly drew on that one. But we're coming up on 1 hour, so I wanted to make sure that everyone knows about your book. The pre-sale link is in the chat.
Yeah.
I'm really excited about it. I pre-ordered it, and I want to, if there's anything else that you're sort of doing to promote it throughout this, I know the pre-sales are such a big part of an author's, books are such a hard thing to explain to people who haven't done a book. It's like putting your thing out into the world and just hoping that it, lives.
Yes.
It's such a difficult thing to try and describe.
Yeah.
The pre-sales are very important.
They are. They really are. I think people, are, and me too, there's a lot out there, and there's a lot
crowded market.
It's just, there's a lot. Yeah. But, my book is great. So you should still get it, even though there's a lot.
If anyone hasn't subscribed, I mean, I've got I know there's a lot of people in the stream today who are already subscribers of yours, but if anyone doesn't already subscribe, there should be a button above Samantha's name there where you can just push the subscribe button and subscribe to her Substack. It's really, really fun. Honestly, it's one of those ones that I think I was telling you when we met at the Substack event the other day. Is just like, there's something about, because we kind of gravitated towards each other because we were like, oh, another artist, great. Oh my God. There's something about that sense of community, or that sense of like not feeling alone in doing what we do, just like having other people that we can talk to.
Yes.
And
I wrote to you and I was like, will you be there? Okay, I'll go.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because it's really, it can be very intimidating. Just like
I'm not good finding my way through like a whole crowd of people.
Yeah,
it's hard.
It's a challenge. It's definitely a challenge. I
had to say to you, it's okay if you want to go and talk to other people.
No, I was worried I was like getting in the way of you hanging out with people.
I know. Well,
I was happy to
great.
hang out.
Next time I'm gonna make another beeline as soon as I see you.
Yeah, that'll be good. And in fact, I mean, I'll be at the book launch in a couple of weeks. So
good.
I'm gonna get you to sign my copy.
Yay.
Yeah.
Well, anyone who comes with their book or shows that they've ordered it gets another copy. I didn't know how to do it because they gave me only a certain amount of copies for the, and because they gave it to me, I can't charge for them. So I'm going to have some that people can buy, but then also I have 50 copies to give away. So
okay, wow.
I figured, so you'll have
great.
There's another quick Wayne.
I love it. That's so cool. What's that pencil, by the way? What kind
of this is the greatest. I learned of this from Charlotte Hamilton, Blue Shine Art. She gave me one. I think she gives it to some of her students. It's so I'm 14B in like regular graphite does not exist, but this is Faber-Castell 14B, and so what's great is you can still erase it, but it's not really like a normal graphite. It's like a little bit crayony, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, get one at Blick. You'll love it. It's great.
Blick, by the way, someone was asking, I got this from, you can buy it from Ren directly, but I think it's pretty expensive. I got it from Blick Art Supplies, my favorite. I mean, I can't walk out of a Blick without going bankrupt, but it's such a great resource. I find there's so many tools that I haven't seen before. This is the closest thing I have to that. It's the Faber-Castell Aqua. Aquarelle one, like the watercolor one, but it's nowhere near as dark as the 14B.
This one is really, it's unique. I love it. And I wouldn't have probably gotten it because I remember well, I'm friends with Caroline Weaver, who
Cool.
owned the pencil store on the Lower East Side. Did you go?
Yeah. I remember
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was great. I
So,
love walking in there. The smell of it was amazing.
oh,
Intoxicating.
yeah. And I just know, like, and even like writing, draw your day, sorry, world. I had like the pencil grading system in there, just basic. And there's no, it doesn't go to 14B. And I was like, no, that's not really, it can't really be graphite. But somehow this is. It's like some sort of, I don't know. I'm curious if you like it as much as I do.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to get one at Blick. I have to go there this afternoon for some other stuff, so I'll pick one up. All right. Well, I've kept you way longer than I promised. I said it would be 45 minutes to an hour, and it's been over an hour. So, and I could draw with you all day long. So we're going to have to definitely do this.
I know. We'll do this again. I'll just have to finish writing Wayne. Wait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that was another thing that I loved doing with you was the calligraphy session. I think I jumped in on a guest spot on your calligraphy.
Yes. You did?
I don't want to say lesson. Was it a lesson? I guess it was an workshop.
It was it was like a workshop. It was, yeah. And I loved having you, and everyone else loved it too. If anybody doesn't know, you can look back on it. Anyway. All right. Thank you. Oh, wait, am I supposed to flip around? Wait.
Yeah. You can say goodbye. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure everyone knows to get your book, to pre-order your book, and to subscribe to your Substack. And we're definitely going to do this again. We should maybe do, since we're both in New York, we should maybe do a live as well, like do an actual in-person stream on one stream where both of us are drawing in the same place at some point. Because New York, like it's summertime, everyone's out. Maybe we go out to, I don't know,
we could do like a Substack. An in-person meetup.
That'd be great. I'd love that.
Yeah.
All right. We'll organize that. So stay tuned.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. See you next
time.
Thank
you so much, everyone. Bye.
Thanks, Sam. See ya.